Hello ghost hunters, Tommy Terror here with a haunted museum. The Museum of Childhood. It stood on the Royal Mile in Edinburgh since the 1950s. It's a wonderful place to visit. It's a free entry museum and it's multiple floors of toys and dolls spanning the ages. But is the place haunted? Well, the museum was established in 1955 by a man called Patrick Murray. He was a counsellor and he talked about the place being haunted. He reported the sound of footsteps and laughter and crying and whispering from empty rooms around the museum, and he also talked about a feeling of being watched in the place. But the stories go back way further than that, because years ago it's believed that a children's nursery stood on this location. And one day some of the children turned up showing symptoms of plague. So they were locked inside, forbidden to leave in case they spread the disease through the community. When the mothers heard about this, they rushed down here in distress and they forced their way inside the nursery to be with the children. And this, of course, sealed their fate too, because they would surely also contract this terrible plague. So the mothers and children were locked inside the nursery and left to perish. The sound of children crying has been reported around the museum over the years, believed to be the ghosts of the poor children trapped here and left to die of plague. But what about the dolls? Well, the museum boasts a huge collection of what some would call creepy dolls with eyes that follow you around the room. Some of these old dolls are made of wax, so they do give the impression that they change their facial expressions ever so slightly from one day to the next, or maybe even move a wee bit as the temperatures change and the wax melts and resettles, which gives the idea that the dolls come to life and move around the building during the night. But if all that's not creepy enough for you, apparently the staff room used to be a mortuary where dead bodies were stored, and previous staff members have talked about freezing temperatures and a feeling of being watched and a weird atmosphere in that location too. But please don't let it put you off. It's a wonderful place to visit and there's fun for boys and ghouls of all ages in the Museum of Childhood.